Howdy! I'm 100% sure everyone's heard of a creepypasta before, and if you haven't, you're probably not Italian. Creepypasta was the internet's way of scaring someone besides ghost car and creepy maze thing. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised the community has lived past the abortion phase. And with it all starting with every dumbass idea in the 1990s, you may recognize some of the classics such as Ted the Caver, Jeff the Killer, Ben Drown, and the Russian Sleep Experiment. And so many more. If I continue to list them, I'll beat my face in with a can of pineapple. But the community is so much more now than just an unholy mess of mumbling that makes you feel schizophrenic just by merely existing in the same room as it. I mean, who knew? What the fuck am I about? You know? Autistic as fuck. But the community is so much more now than just an unholy mess mumbling that makes you feel schizophrenic just by merely existing in the same room. And these stories have paved the way for a newer generation of creepypastas that still have quite the active community and with better writing and plotlines. Who knew children were fucking stupid? But as an adult, you have to respect the dedication of some of these folk who have made it their life mission to please the fans of stories like this shit. It Comes at Bedtime, and How to Survive Hell. And I know those titles sound crazy, but would you believe me if you gave me your social security? With YouTube channels now becoming the #1 job of the century besides McDonald's for neckbeards like me, there is quite the assortment of channels out there that do nothing but tell these stories in a storytelling way, such as The Dark Somnium, Mr. Creeps, and Mr. Creepypasta. How original. And there's so many more channels out there, if I continue to list them, I'll run out of my word limit for the year. This community somehow survived the fall of the Soviet Union all the way to Twitter fiends canceling someone because they said the word fat in 1872. But it's more than that. It's a strong community full of Redditors and 2 people who are normal. And if you can't accept that you're probably a Redditor because you listen to a spooky, scary, taint-tickling ghost dude, well shit, we're fucked. Now, if I were to make a story on how scary my coffee machine is, I'd be a millionaire, and I wouldn't be making this video. But I lack the intelligence to comprehend half the shit I say on a daily basis, so I'm probably broke forever. So my question is how the fuck do creepypastas still exist? And is it Italian? Well, the answer to the last question is it's not Italian. Someone just thought it was a bright idea to name a scary story after a wet, soft noodle like my penis. I have erectile dysfunction. But, they exist for several reasons. 1. People like scary things. 2. Any story that is scary and gets posted to the internet instantly gains the label of creepypasta. And 3. People who are terminally online either sit and read these or hate women. I'm a supporter of both. But creepypastas have definitely changed over the years and have adapted to modern culture very well, and it's probably why these stories still exist. But if you had a choice over me or a creepypasta, you'd probably choose a rock because these stories are obviously not for everyone like any other form of art. But if you like pissing yourself after your uncle tells you a creepy story about how he skins cats for a living, well, you might be in the right place. And these stories peaked in the 2010s with prepubescent teenagers all over reading these illiterate stories to then reciprocate it to their friends like they'd made it up for that clout cash money. But I guess if you're like me, a man-child who's never seen his balls drop, you still like these things. I can't blame you. They can make a long car ride feel like minutes, and before you know it, you've wasted half your life listening to the left-right game. r/NoSleep is probably the biggest area on the internet for finding such stories, and that's where a lot of these YouTube channels come out of the closet. They find an appealing story, read it to the internet because people can't read or something, and make cash money. Can't blame the hustle. And it's probably why a lot of this epic content has survived and will continue to be archived until the world inevitably explodes. So let's change topic because we have dementia from Charlie Armadillo Tic Tac content. I like a lot of these stories. I've kept slightly in touch with them over the years, and some of my favorites include 11 Mile Ritual, Left-Right Game, and Slender Man. And so many more that if I say one word, I'll be killed to death. So go out and listen to a story about capital murder, and have a great day of existential suffering.